Sorry, I guess we just lost connection for a minute. So I guess it's going to just be one of those days today. So, welcome, ladies. Today we are going to talk a little bit about um, what I consider myself to be, what I call myself. Um, so I know this is something that pretty much this is the first time I've ever really said these things out loud. Um, they're something that I've considered for a while, but they're just something that like I said, I just decided to start sharing this stuff with you. So um, it's kind of new for me to say some of these stuff. So just bear with me. Through a lot of different research and a lot of different thinking and things that I've basically decided to label myself, which I don't really like labels. Labels kind of put you in a category, and people think you've got to just fit in that category. And that's not really true. Labels can have negative as well as positive um, outcomes, and hopefully this is a positive one. So for a label, what I do consider myself is to be an intuitive light healer. So what does that mean? So we touched base a little bit yesterday on the words light and healer. Healing, because those are two of the words that are in the name of the group. But I'm just going to recap those again real quick. So for the word light, light is for being a light worker. What a light worker is anyone who enlightens, guides, or teaches. So again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a teacher. It doesn't have to be a priest or a priestess. It can be anybody. It can be anybody that's just really, in some way, shape, or form helping you. So that's a good way to look at it. Healer, again, is someone who just helps you. Someone who's going to help you heal, and it can be spiritually, physically, or mentally. A lot of times I think they kind of all go hand in hand. If you've got one, you're on a better path for the other ones. But that doesn't mean you have to have all three. You can be a very, mentally stable person, and that doesn't mean that you have a mental illness necessarily. It could just be that you're going through some, depression, or you just have something that you're struggling with. So again, the label things make it a little hard, because people, you say, this person, I want to help you mentally. It's not because I think you have a mental illness, but certainly I'm going to help someone who does have a mental illness as well. Just remember when we're saying these words and we're talking about these kinds of labels, that it's kind of they're open, broad terms, just because there's not really sometimes better words that I can find that would fit them. So we've covered on the light and the healer. So the intuitive part. So you say, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. It's a little bit more complicated. It's a little more difficult to explain, even more so than some of the other stuff. Again, it's hard to be put in a label, only because not always fit into a neat little box, but because I think we're always changing. So for me, for right now, where I am, the path I'm on right now, this is the best for me. And it might change. A few years ago, I would have never thought I would call myself this. And so in a few more years, I may call myself something different. So intuitive. I'm not an empath. An empath is somebody who, if there are people in the room that are sad, the empath will feel that sadness. They'll physically feel the sadness. That's an empath. I'm not a psychic. Psychics are people who see the future. I don't see the future. I don't think I'd want to. I'm not a medium. A medium is someone who speaks with the ascended. And those are things I am not. Okay, so I can't tell you your future. I can't speak to your past loved ones. You know, that's not what I do. So an intuitive, kind of jumping around here, and sorry guys, but I'm trying to explain it in the best order that I can. So a little while back, I took a personality test, and I'm gonna put that link up there for you sometime today. I gotta find it. And really, what this test does is it really pretty much told me what I already know, but it was just really good to kind of to see it. This personality test is not like what you take on Facebook. It's not, answer 5 random questions and they tell you that you're the most loving person in the world. There's not a lot of questions. I don't remember. I think there's maybe 20, 30 questions. I can't remember. It did take me a little while. The reason it took me a little while is because I really did try to sit and think about each question and not just answer it the way, we think we should answer it. One of them is, are you a caring person? And of course you want to, yes, I strongly agree I'm a caring person. And, sometimes you think back and it's like, sometimes I'm not. So, it just was really some, thinking on my part, because I really just wanted to answer it really honestly. So, for example, one of the questions that just really kind of stuck with me, and this is going to kind of go off base a little bit, but it hopefully will come back around. One of the questions was, do you care, or I can't remember the word exactly, do you care about people's stories? And I thought, sure, I love to hear people's stories. I love to help people if I can, or, just see different things, different life experiences. I find it very interesting. So I said, sure, strongly agree. And then I kind of sat and thought for a second, and I said, I think I got to change that. I don't want to, but I think I really honestly have to. There was a lady the other day that was talking to me, and she was telling me a story, and I kind of sat there and thought to myself as she's talking, this lady's full of BS. Everything that's coming out of her mouth is lies. And so I kind of stopped listening to her, and I was a little bit dismissive with her. And now thinking back, I was judging her. And those are all the things I'm trying to teach people not to do. And this was last week, and I was doing this. I didn't realize that until I was taking this test, that I had done that. And so I apologize. I'm not going to say any names to anybody, but I apologize to the woman who I did that to, because I really feel sorry for that. But when I was thinking about it and thinking back the day that I was just so aggravated and disgusted that this woman was making up all this stuff. And, the question I said is, why would somebody make up that stuff? Why do people lie like that? Why do they feel they have to lie? And so when I was taking this test, I was thinking about those questions that I had said, and actually stopped and thought, why would somebody make up a story like that? Why did somebody feel like they needed to just make up a story and lie to me? And my first thought was, she's probably lonely. Maybe she has a husband, maybe she has kids, maybe she has lots of friends, but that doesn't mean she still couldn't have been lonely. So here, for me, I'm supposed to be somebody that wants to help somebody, and there was potentially somebody that was asking for my help, in her own way. We've all had kids who are naughty to get attention. So that's kind of how I think about this, is she was making up the story. Maybe she just needed to feel connected with somebody. Maybe she just needed to have a conversation with somebody. And I don't know why she would feel that that was something she needed to lie. She could have talked to me about anything and I would have, but that's not the point. The point is, in some way, in some form, she was kind of reaching out to me for some sort of help. And I was dismissive. And I was judging her. And I don't like that. So I'm hoping that with this test that I took, this personality test, again, that's back to the labels and changing and stuff. I'm hoping that maybe if I take this in 6 months, after I've learned some of this stuff, maybe some of it will change. Maybe it'll be a little different. Maybe it'll be a little better results. So I'll just go through my results real quick. So you get 4 categories. Breaks it down into 4 categories. So I got introvert, which if any of you know me, that's pretty much true. I'm very comfortable in my own space. I don't need a lot of people around. I'm very independent, I guess is the word I want to use. Not great at small talk. That's very true. I have a hard time doing this. Somebody said to me the other day, you look very confident. You didn't look nervous. And like, I am so nervous, and I'm hoping that as I do these more, I'll get better. So those are some of the things of the introvert. So that's kind of me coming out of my shell here. This is me trying to break that, trying to be more social. I mean, I'm talking to you on my tablet. I'm not talking to you face to face. But I'm hoping that as this goes, if I'm talking to you on my tablet and you're listening to me and you're seeing where I'm coming from and you're understanding me, maybe we'll have some conversations and face to face. Maybe we'll have coffee together, or just even if we run into each other in the grocery store, maybe we'll just stop and chat for a minute. The second category that I got was intuitive. And so that's, again, what we've been kind of talking about. The other 2 I got were very small percentages, but just for full disclosure, I want to tell you about them. So the third one I got was thinking, which was a very low percentage, which is funny to me because I'm in my own head all the time. But this thinking is a little bit different. It doesn't mean that I don't think. It just means that I don't go off. I'm more on the intuitive side than I am the thinking side. Even though I may take a decision and sit and think about the pros and the cons, I'm pretty quick to make a decision. I go with my gut. I go with my feeling. So even though I'm thinking and I'm in my head all the time, I'm not a person who makes long, thoughtful, drawn-out decisions. So that's just kind of... And then the last thing I got was judging. And again, that's the story coming back that I do have it. It was 1%. I mean, it was 1%, but I got it. And so that means that's something I need to work on. So those are the 4 that I got. And like I said, at some point, I'm hoping like maybe 6 months down the road, I can take this test again. And maybe maybe that judging will be gone. Maybe I'll have something else instead. I don't know what, but maybe something better. So again, so those 4 things, the introvert, the intuitive, the thinking, and the judging, put my personality type in what is considered to be continuously trying to improve things, seeing opportunities and seizing them, easily making decisions, not good at small talk, and very intuitive. So, intuitive, what does intuitive actually mean? So I wrote down the actual definition so I could read it to you. It's using or basing what one feels to be true, even without reasoning. So that's, again, I do think about things, especially, big decisions. But sometimes I do just jump in on a decision, Sometimes I get my mind set on something. This is what I want. nothing's going to stop me, and I don't care. I put kind of blinders on. And sometimes somebody will come to me with an idea or a better way to do something, and I'm like, nope, this is what I'm doing. And so I'm trying to get out of that as well. That's part of the introvert. So I'm trying to get out of that as well and realize that, because people come to me and they tell me things and I'm like, oh, wow, that would have been a lot easier. That would have been a lot better. Damn. So, sometimes, again, that's being a little bit of the dismissive again. And so which is all coming into, the introvert part. And so, like I said, I'm hoping taking this test and making myself aware of this, because like I said, you really have to answer the questions honestly. And I think if you do, you'll learn some stuff about yourself and, maybe improve on it. And even if you get, really great results, I always think there's always a way for us to improve. And if you get really great results, then maybe you need to start your own group. Teach some people yourself. I wrote here, sometimes I don't read my own writing very well. So, I wanted to just cover two other things real quick that we're gonna, that kind of tie back into the intuitive part. So, there's a whole category of numerology, and I'm gonna do some lives on them, because there's a bunch. There's a lot to do with numerology, and I find it quite interesting. Because I've talked to you before about that my number is 3, and I see 3s everywhere. And all the time I see 333. So, that's the numerology, and we'll go into that, and I'll show you how to find your numbers and what your numbers mean, and I'll put some links up, but I'll do that in another live. But I just wanted to put into this one, because of being the intuitive, my attitude number was a number 2. It was not a 3, it was a 2. But a 2 means that it puts me in a high ranking of in touch with my intuitions. So that was, again, tying back into the intuitive part. So I also took a test for my chakra, and I think I put that link up there before, but I'll certainly put it up there again. So for chakra, I have a high ranking of my third eye. What does that mean? Third eye. Again, I'm not a psychic, I'm not an empath, and I'm not a medium. So my third eye is a little different than what people normally would associate the third eye with. So the third eye just means that I'm open to insight, which that's true for those other things, for being an empath and a medium and a psychic. And there's a ton of other things out there. I just picked the 3 that I figured most people would have at some point heard of, that they would know what that is. So I'm just open to insight. So again, the insight and the intuitive and stuff just kind of, when you see these words, you're taking these tests and all these different tests, and you kind of see, you'll have like the same set of words that just keep showing up, and, you're just like, I'm seeing a pattern here. And then you want to find out more, or at least I do. And all of a sudden, in the last 6 or 7 months, I've been very interested in finding out actual definitions of words. I mean, we use words all the time, and it's like we got to go back and stop and think, what does that word really mean? Am I using that word right? Are we saying the right thing? And a lot of times I find that I'm not. In simple words. So for some reason, that's just been something that I've been interested in lately. So in my research and seeing these words that are repeating over and over to me, somebody's trying to tell me something, and I got to pay attention. But I have to do my studies, and I have to learn, because I don't want to just come on here and talk. I want to actually be knowledgeable and help you guys. So being a intuitive light healer basically comes down to I'm pretty good at helping people if I take the time to do it and if others want help. I can't help you if you don't want help. So that's my alarm saying I need to go to work. So I can't help you if you don't want help. But if you do want help, I'm here to help you. So again, I can guide you. If I don't know what it is, somebody came to me last night and said, I want to be a chakra healer. I said, perfect, I'm going to talk about chakras. I'm going to talk about crystals and oils and all that kind of stuff. I just got my chakra book. We'll have all kinds of fun. But not that. I didn't just stop there. I sent her a bunch of links. I sent her some stuff because she doesn't need to just learn from me. I can guide her into getting help somewhere else. So if it's something I don't know about and something that you need some help with, I will take the time and I will research it and I will find out where you need to go, what groups you need to be in, connect you with like-minded people, because I have a lot of people that I know, and somebody says, oh, well, for example, somebody said to me the other day, I really like some raw honey. I said, oh, I know somebody that sells that. I'll get you some. It's just that simple. It's just that easy. You just knowing a lot of people and having a wide net out there, and listening to what people are asking for and listening to what people need, and just helping them get it. So it could be a simple thing like getting honey, or it could be a whole life-changing thing by helping this lady research chakra healing. I'm not a chakra healer. I will tell you some things that you can do to help heal your chakra, but I'm not a chakra healer. But maybe I can help her become one. So, that's just kind of it for today. I do have to go to work, unfortunately. I do have a job that I have to go to pay the bills. So just real quick, we talked about being an intuitive light healer and what that means. And if anybody's watching this, I hope I explained it all. If anybody has any questions, put them in the comments, or if you're not comfortable putting them in the comments, you can private message me. I will answer them. I will always answer your questions. And if I don't have an answer, I'll get an answer for you. But I'll put the links in. I'll put the link in for the personality test. I'm not going to put the link in. I was going to for the attitude test, but I think I'm going to wait and till we talk about numerology, because and if anybody's really interested, like I said, private message me and tell me, and I'll send you the link. But I think for right now, I'm not going to put the link in because I don't want to jump you into taking all these tests that I haven't told you about yet. So I think I'll wait on that one. But I will put the link for the personality test. Like I said, if you do take it, it's not a lot of questions, but take your time, really think about the answer that you're putting down. Nobody's going to see these if you don't want to. I mean, I'm sharing mine with you, and even the little bad part I'm sharing with you. But so just really take your time and answer them honestly, because, it's just going to be beneficial to you to answer it honestly. Because it's just our instinct that we, they say, oh, are you a caring person? Sure, I strongly agree, I'm a caring person. But are you a caring person every single day of every single minute? No, not always. Sometimes I slip. So, answer it honestly. Get your results. The results, if you are at the bottom, they tell you what everything means. If you have any questions, you can message me again. Put them in the comments. I do encourage people to put them in the comments because somebody else may have the same question and is afraid to ask. And so if you ask the question and I answer it, we again are helping somebody else who might not be ready to ask a question yet. So I will put the link for that. And I think that's it. So I just want to wish everybody a wonderful day. It is now pouring at my house, so I'm going to get wet going out to my car. But thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to go over a little bit about how I became on this path. So that's kind of my backstory, and so we'll go over that a little bit. And I realize that some of these lives that I've been doing are not very educational yet, because really I'm just trying to get you up to a spot where you understand where I'm coming from. So just like I said, bear with me for through to next week, and then we're going to start getting into some more of the other stuff. Like we're going to get into metaphysics, we're going to get into chakras, we're going to get into numerology, angel numbers. There's all kinds of things, tarot cards. So there's all kinds of stuff, and I'm going to again try to go over the products that I get. I want to share them with you. So just real quick again, I'm sorry, I'm going to be longer today. I showed you yesterday I got the toothpaste that was free from Jade Bloom when I bought my little essential oils kit here that is full of little baby oils that are just the cutest things ever. So all these little teeny oils in there. So I'm going to take those in my car and put them in my infuser. But I did try the toothpaste. It was a little hard for me. I work for a company that makes toothpaste, all natural toothpaste, and it's awesome. So this toothpaste was good, but I don't prefer it. I prefer the Dental Herb toothpaste. And I don't make any commission off selling that. So I'm letting you know, I'm being honest. The toothpaste was good, but I prefer the Dental Herb. So if you're going to buy a natural toothpaste, buy Dental Herb. Don't buy the Jade Bloom, unless you get a free one and you want to try it, because free stuff is great. I did mix up my cleaner, and I put some patchouli in there. I let my husband pick, and that's what he picked. I'm surprised. I thought he was going to go with something like lemon. We put patchouli in it. So I used that on my counters last night. I was very happy with that. The crystals and stuff, I was hoping to go over them with you more today, but we'll fit them in somewhere, I promise. Carrie, thank you for taking the time to hop on and see me. And, again, if you have any questions, I know you're in a pretty good place where you are, but, if you have questions, I can certainly guide you to some places that, even some YouTube videos. I was one of those people, I'm like, I'm never watching YouTube, and that's all I've done the last 3 weeks is watch YouTube. So, all right, I've gone on enough. I love you all. Thank you for being here. I'm here for you. Have a super day, and just be kind to each other. Thanks. Bye.